Life of little Harmony Montgomery is almost too tragic to talk about. Her death was so violent and so utterly reprehensible that it's almost too disturbing to mention. But tonight, we will talk about both, because Harmony deserves to be remembered, and this little angel deserves justice. Harmony was born to Crystal Sorey and Adam Montgomery, but unfortunately for Harmony, both her parents suffered from addiction problems. These issues were addressed by a judge in family court in Massachusetts in a questionable hearing where Adam, a career criminal, was granted sole custody of Harmony in New Hampshire. Harmony then lived with her father and stepmother, Kayla. The couple was evicted from their home and began living in a car. That's where prosecutors say Adam murdered his daughter in 2019. For 2 years, no one reported her missing until Crystal started making some noise and alerted authorities, who began searching for Harmony. Harmony has never been found, but now Adam has been charged with her murder, and Kayla, his estranged wife, will be the prosecution's most important witness at trial. Tonight, we go in depth into the life of this beautiful little girl and try to answer the question, what happened to Harmony? I'm Vinnie Politan. Thank you for joining us tonight. How could this happen? How could this happen? When you think about the life of Harmony Montgomery and you look at her face, and you look at that little smile, and you think to yourself, how could anything terrible happen to this little girl on purpose? How could grown people allow anything terrible to happen to this little girl? It did. It did. And tonight we're going to try to figure out how this could happen. She was missing for 2 years, from 2019 to 2021, before she was reported missing. Let's go back to the first question. How could that happen? How could it happen that a little girl like that could just vanish for 2 years and no one notices? No one says anything? Nobody wonders, where's Harmony? Where's that little girl? There's no relative, no family friend. There's no one wondering where she was for Christmas, for Thanksgiving, for Easter, why she's not in school. No one is asking any questions. No one from family services. Like no one? Like a little girl just vanishes and no one says anything or does anything or notices anything for 2 years? How could this happen? Custody in this case was granted to a career criminal. Her father, a career criminal, who's now in prison because he's a career criminal who possessed a weapon. If you just possessed a weapon, maybe you do some time, maybe you don't. But if you're a career criminal who possesses a weapon, you go to prison forever. But somehow, if you're a career criminal, you get sole custody of a child? How could this happen? How could this happen? What world was Harmony living in, where the best choice, the best place for her to be, and the legal standard that our courts use is best interests of the child? Someone explain to me how on earth the best interest of the child is to be in the sole care, control, and custody by a career criminal. How could that happen? Then she was beaten and murdered. beaten by an adult. Like an adult is going to beat her to the point of death. This little girl. How can this happen? How can this happen? And we cover murder cases all the time, and we're always like, well, what was the motive? Was it money? Was it someone's cheating, etc.? Like, you know, bad business deal, bad drug deal, whatever, breaking and entering. Like, how could this happen? Someone's going to beat to death this little girl? So many questions that come back to the same question: how could this happen? For those of you not familiar with the story of Harmony Montgomery, Ted Rowlands has more for us tonight.
I want you to know that I never stopped looking for you, and I won't stop fighting until I find you.
Harmony Montgomery disappeared in 2019. For 2 years, nobody reported her missing until November of 2021, when her mother, who had lost custody of Harmony while dealing with substance abuse, called police.
I've been begging for any type of answer since 2019.
Harmony's father, Adam Montgomery, and his wife, Kayla, had custody of Harmony. They told investigators that they left Harmony with her mother after they were evicted from their home. Eventually, in January of 2022, police had enough evidence of physical abuse against Adam Montgomery. He was arrested for assault of his daughter. He pled not guilty. Adam's wife, Kayla, was arrested as well for perjury. Both said they had no idea where Harmony was.
Well, there's some discrepancies between what you're telling us and what other people are telling us.
Like, this isn't gonna stop.
No, I know it's not.
So either get on the bus now or get run over.
Well, I got nothing else to say.
Investigators also uncovered evidence that Adam Montgomery had stolen guns. He was slapped with multiple charges, including theft and being an armed career criminal. Then in October of 2022, he was charged with Harmony's murder.
5-year-old Harmony was murdered in Manchester in early December of 2019. Mr. Montgomery has been charged with the following: second-degree murder for recklessly causing the death of Harmony Montgomery by repeatedly striking Harmony in the head with a closed fist.
According to the probable cause statement, Kayla Montgomery, Adam's wife, told investigators they had been evicted and were living in their car when, quote, Adam was extremely upset that Harmony was not saying when she needed to go to the bathroom and was having accidents in the car. While Adam was driving, he turned his body and delivered sets of 3 to 4 blows to Harmony's face and head on 3 separate occasions over a course of a few minutes. After the final blow, Adam said, "I think I really hurt her this time." Kayla said they eventually discovered Harmony was no longer breathing, and Adam stuffed her body in a duffel bag. Despite numerous searches, Harmony's body has never been found. Adam Montgomery, her father, denies that he killed her.
Do you find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
In June of 2023, a jury found Montgomery guilty of the weapons charges, and at his sentencing, he spoke to the judge asking that she not let the pending murder charges impact her decision.
The only consideration that I ask of you this morning is for you not to consider anything as it relates to the case regarding my daughter Harmony. I did not kill my daughter Harmony, and I look forward to my upcoming trial to refute those offensive claims.
Adam Montgomery was sentenced to at least 30 years and up to 60 years in prison. And now, Harmony's family and all those who have followed her case are waiting for justice.
I want to make sure we honor her in every way possible.
All right, I want to walk through the timeline of what happened here, because how could this happen? You have to take a look at what we know happened and then try to figure out where the problems were all through the life of Harmony Montgomery. Joining me tonight from Boston, Massachusetts, Boston 25 reporter Bob Ward back with us. Bob, great to see you tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. I know there might be some potential problems with you hearing me.
I can repeat myself, not a problem.
I'm hearing you fine.
Okay, that's fantastic. Let's start. I want to start on this timeline and sort of follow what happened to Harmony Montgomery. And we begin February 2019. Adam Montgomery is granted custody of Harmony. April of 2019 is the last communication, a FaceTime call between Harmony and her mother, Crystal. Then in July of 2019, this is significant, Adam Montgomery's uncle, Kevin, observed Harmony with a black eye, and Adam allegedly tells Kevin, I bashed her around this house, and then Kevin notifies DCYF, Family Services, about Harmony's injury. So let's start first with Crystal and that last communication. What was going on in Crystal's life, and what was she doing while Adam had custody of Harmony after February?
Yeah, Crystal was in treatment for her addictions, and she lost custody of Harmony. And that's why all of a sudden little Harmony is in Adam's orbit, and she's seeing her father in prison for the first time. Now, that last time that Crystal Sorey ever saw her daughter was over FaceTime at Easter. And she says that she noticed that her daughter was tentative, she was scared, that something was wrong. And Adam wouldn't really talk about it. And that was the last time she ever had contact, ever even saw her daughter, was in Easter 2019.
So Adam Montgomery, career criminal, gets custody.
Yeah.
And then his uncle noticed Harmony in July of 2019 with a black eye. And Adam admits bashing her around?
It's unbelievable. Yeah, right. He says that she's been misbehaving. I think, if I remember correctly, that he claimed that Adam said that he wanted to take a shower, and he asked Harmony to watch the infant. And of course, when the infant started crying, Harmony didn't know what to do, and Adam hit Harmony and bruised her. I mean, it is just off the charts bad. And that's just a few months before Harmony disappears forever.
So at that point, Harmony is living with her father, her stepmother, and then has a sibling. That's the infant is a sibling that the new wife has?
That's right. That's right. They're living on Guilford Street in New Hampshire. That's the last house that Harmony Montgomery ever had. She's living with her family there. And this is where that abuse allegedly happens.
All right, flash forward on our timeline from July of 2019 to December 7th of 2019. And this is when Adam Montgomery allegedly kills Harmony. At this point, what is going on in the household? Where are they living? And what's sort of going on here with this family?
At this point, the entire family is homeless. They've been evicted from that house on Guilford Street. And they are essentially living in a Chrysler Sebring in a parking lot in Manchester, New Hampshire. That's what this family is doing. And Adam Montgomery is losing his temper at his little girl, his 5-year-old girl, because she cannot control herself when she has to go to the bathroom. And he's tired of cleaning up after her. And she's crying. She's a 5-year-old girl. And according to the police affidavit that came out last year, a 48-page affidavit, Kayla Montgomery claims that on that day, on December 7th, 2019, that when little Harmony was crying because she had an accident in the backseat of the car, Adam allegedly turned around and punched her 3 or 4 times. And after that attack was done, Harmony didn't make any more verbal sounds, didn't speak, but she was making other sounds. And Adam allegedly said to Kayla, I think I really hurt her this time.
So as we look at our timeline, nothing happens. This little girl now is dead. No one's calling police. No one is doing anything. But on November 18th, 2 years later, 2021, 2 years later, Crystal, Harmony's mom calls Manchester police in New Hampshire to report Harmony missing. On December 27th, Manchester police and family services began looking for Harmony and for Adam. December 30th, 2021, a detective speaks to Adam Montgomery's brother, Christopher, and Uncle Kevin, who say they're worried about Harmony's safety and tell them about Harmony's black eye from 2 years ago. December 31st, patrol officers question Adam Montgomery and a new girlfriend found sleeping in a car. Not Kayla, but a new girlfriend. December 31st, court order says Adam Montgomery must cooperate in locating Harmony. Adam refuses to cooperate, provide any information. And then on January 5th, he's arrested and charged with second-degree assault for that 2019 incident that left Harmony with a black eye. So what is taking place now in Adam's life that he's with a new girlfriend and he's, again, is he still homeless at this point?
Yeah, he's still living in the back of a car. When the police went to speak to Kayla, the estranged wife, who was in the car with Adam Montgomery, they had broken up. And when the police went looking for Adam, they got a hold of Kayla and they said, "Where is Adam?" And she said at the time, "I think he's up in Maine with this new girlfriend." So that set out this search for Adam Montgomery, and eventually they find him on the side of a road in Manchester where he was living in that car with this new girlfriend. And you can see the video right there, the police body cams, as they find him and they go up and they want to talk to him about Harmony. "Where's your daughter? You know, we need to see where she is." And in that conversation with police, it's chilling because Adam Montgomery just said, "I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about this at all."
Let's get back to the timeline. May 20th, 2022, Kayla Montgomery testifies before the grand jury. This is his ex-wife who was with him at the time that Harmony disappeared. Under oath, she says she last saw Harmony on November 30th, 2019 before going to work at Dunkin' Donuts. Investigators learned Kayla was fired from Dunkin' Donuts on November 23rd, 2019. June 3rd, 2022, Kayla Montgomery arrested for perjury. She gives her first proffer interview. She says Harmony died on December 7th, 2019, after Adam struck her in the face and on the head on 3 occasions. And then finally, in the fall, October 25th, Adam Montgomery is charged with the second-degree murder. So let's talk about Kayla. She is crucial to everything here, right? In trying to figure out and put the pieces together. But she's on record lying to investigators.
Right, and she now claims that she was fearful of Adam Montgomery, and that's why she lied when they first came to talk to her about what happened to Harmony Montgomery. They basically caught her in a lie about that Dunkin' Donuts episode, and what she originally told police in addition was that she thought, and the story was at the time, that Adam was bringing Harmony back to Crystal, to the mom, the natural mom, in Massachusetts. And when he came back at the end of the day, she just assumed that little Harmony was with mom in another state and life goes on. But she was also charged with welfare fraud because she was continuing to cash checks, Harmony's welfare checks and the support checks from the state. She was continuing to do that for a lengthy period of time after Harmony was last seen. So the police knew this, and she was arrested on that, and she was on ice. And she wouldn't talk to police for a long time, but finally, as they just kind of applied more legal pressure to her and made her realize that you're protecting a guy who has no loyalty to you and is likely never going to get out. You have nothing to be afraid of. And finally, she broke down and gave us these details that are in this affidavit.
And you mentioned those checks that were coming in, and you know, it answers a big question for me. Why on earth would Adam Montgomery want to win a custody battle? It was for the checks. It was for the
Vinny, I agree
checks.
with you.
Unbelievable.
Vinny, I totally agree with you. That's the only reason this guy, this convict who served time in prison, why would he need another mouth to feed? Well, because that mouth to feed is worth some money from the state. That's why. I think you're dead on that.
Despicable.